You're looking sharp, you're looking good, you've come so far. And we know how to make the most of who you are.
I see. So this is the Gillette commercial from the 80s, okay? 1989, okay? So that's what? 40 years ago? Yeah, 40 years ago. So that's let's say 2 generations. I guess now with the age that girls are having children, it's more like 1 generation. But okay, we're gonna watch this and then compare to the commercial from 2019. Okay. So no, 89 to 2019. Am I doing the math wrong? Is it only 30 years? It's totally 30 years. Okay. Anyway, guys. Let's continue. So look at the idea, right? It's about family, it's about success, it's about being strong and competing, and being your best. This is masculinity, right? And they got it really good in this commercial, actually.
On so many faces,
Look at that.
it's plain to see.
You see? Hard-working, attractive
We
man,
give you all
good with
we
women.
have to give, for all a man can be.
Yeah.
Whether
Men that are
race is
good
long
in all kinds of different domains, in sports, on Wall Street, scientists, football players, etc. It's literally it's raw masculinity, right? Encompassed in this commercial, and they're saying it's the best that a man can get, right? It's like, and the idea is the best a man can be is accomplished by hard work and competition, right? That's the underlying message behind this, and with that comes strength, and again it's uplifting. It's like, imagine if every message on TV for men was like this in 2022. Imagine, right? Where it was like, you can be strong, you can compete, you can succeed, you can be successful. Just just buy our product, right? That's effectively what this commercial is saying, right? But it gets at a deeper fundamental quality of male nature, which is that men have to live up to the burden of performance, right? They have to be strong to be successful. And it's no surprise that men in the late 80s, right, or in the 80s, right, why they embodied certain qualities, right, that men nowadays are lacking, because these are the messages that they were receiving, right? And everywhere, not just here, but in the movies, in pop culture, in all the commercials, every message that your dad, your grandpa, your mom, every message that they sent contained this kind of thing, right? It's no surprise at all that men would become powerful, right?
You're the champion.
You see?
Gillette.
You're the champion.
The Gillette
Oh, I forgot to mention also, the singing in the background is also a reference to the sort of music that was popular back then as well, which is also it was also very successful masculinity, right? Like with the glam rock movement and stuff like that back then. So like, there's a lot here that's good for men. Even though I don't know how much of a fan I am of saying you can succeed in life if you buy a product and stuff like that. I think it's disingenuous. But like, the other messages here, the subliminal messaging here is actually really good. It's actually really good for men to see stuff like this, because they internalize the idea that you need to perform, you need to compete, you have to be strong, you do well with your friends, etc., etc. You'll be successful with women, etc. Right? It's all super good subliminal messaging, subliminal communication. Hello and welcome to the Helios blog. My name is Helios, here for another reaction video. If you're new to the channel, liking the content, please hit the sub, hit all for notifications. If you would like to support me, if you're liking my stuff, I have exclusive content on Patreon. It's patreon.com/theheliosblog. Check me out there. All right. Let's continue. So today again, we're going to compare the commercial from 1989 Gillette to 2019, and we have the infamous 2019 commercial coming up. Okay, stick around.
Plus system with the Lubra-Smooth strip for the best a man can get.
All right, so that was 1989. Okay, now compare that, okay, to the subliminal messages that men in 2019 and by extension 2022 are receiving. By the way, I'll tell you what happened as a result of this commercial after, okay? I'm going to do the analysis and I'll tell you what happened to Gillette, okay?
Bullying.
The Me Too movement against...
Wow, look at that. It's already negative. Immediately. Where is the uplifting of men? Where is the men are strong, men are together, men work and compete and succeed? Where is that? No, now it's immediately men are bad for what they do to women. You see?
Toxic masculinity.
You see?
Is this the best a man can get? Is it?
Yeah, they're saying bullying. Oh, men are so bad. You see, like, again, it's like every message so far has been negative about men. It's been an attack on masculinity. Overtly.
We can't hide from it.
You see? And the mom is hugging the kid because, you know, the only way that men can be successful is if they have the protection of women. You see what I'm saying? They're trying to weaken men by this stuff.
It's been going
Oh,
on
and
far
look.
too long.
Oh, the negative attention that men are giving women,
We
right?
can't laugh it off.
Oh, it's harassment. Bedroom fun harassment. You see? Where is men competing, working together, being strong, fighting? Where is that? There is... Look at the audience. Where are the strong men? I don't see a single one. Where are they? Where are the men for men to look up to? Where is that messaging? It's gone, you see?
What I actually think she's trying to say.
Making the same old excuses.
Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys.
Look here. You see? All these men, not a single one is happy. Not a single one is happy. Where are the strong men? Where are the men working together? Where are the men being happy, like in the previous commercial? Where is it? It's gone. What is this subliminal messaging? The subliminal messaging is men are bad. Men are against women. Men need to do better. Men are weak. Men are anxious. Men are bullying each other. Men are against women. It's literally subliminal messaging by our modern matriarchy to try to take men down. This is literally an attack ad similar to a political campaign that a politician would do against their opponent, right? It's as though the girls are doing an attack ad against the boys. That's 2019 commercial. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, let's keep going.
But something finally changed.
Allegations regarding sexual assault and sexual harassment.
Right, something changed, right? By accusing men of stuff that they didn't do, or of taking the absolute worst men in our population, right? And saying that the whole population is like them. Something changed. Yeah, the something that's changed is that masculinity is being literally run through the coals right now in 2022. And then you're surprised that men are walking away from society. They're not getting married. They're not having children. They're not living up to their potential. They're not contributing to society like they used to. You're surprised? Look at what the messages were in 1989 compared to now. Look at what the movies were like. Look at what pop culture was like. There was Indiana Jones. There was a Terminator. There was all these amazing movies that had strong men in them that you could emulate, right? Where is that now? Now it's just men are bad, women are good. Men are, and all of these depressing and negative messages about how everything is doom and gloom and terrible, right? Just for the sake of making money. right? It's okay. Let's continue. Put women on top so that women earn more money than men, so that because women are greater consumers, so we can tax them more, so we can make more money in our capitalist society. That's literally 2022 in a nutshell. Look at this crowd. Look at this crowd here that I've just paused the video on. Where is the one strong man here? Where are they? Do you see them? Because I don't see them.
And there will be no going back. Because we believe in the best in men.
Yeah, see, like every man is sad, every man is weak. Where are the role models for men? Is it any surprise that the underground grassroots movement of self-improvement and being strong men, is it any surprise that they exist? It's no surprise to anyone. Is it a surprise they're breaking into the mainstream?
Accountable.
Smile, sweetie. Come on.
Yeah, this Terry Crews guy who's like a self-hating man, and this guy's like, look, you see, like it's guys fighting each other over women. It's not like men working together, men being strong. It's always negative stuff.
To say the right thing. To act the right way.
Yeah, say the right thing and act the right way. You see what I'm saying? Be politically correct. Be our puppet. Be our slave. Be like Hassan Abi, who has no original thought in his brain. Be like him, and you'll be a good man.
Not cool. Not cool.
Ridiculous.
Some already are. In ways big
Yo, men.
and small.
You see? So what's the idea? The idea is, men, promote women. Don't promote yourselves. Don't become strong. Promote women to be your rulers, right? Do you see this subliminal messaging here? Where is the strength? Where is the power? Where is the men compete and fight and cooperate and become strong? Where is that? It's gone.
But some is not enough.
Right. If you're not totally subservient to us, it's not enough. That's the idea. Okay, let's go into the article. We'll come back to this. Why men don't open up to women. All right, so this is going on a tangent a little bit. We're going to get back to the Gillette ad in a sec. Many women wonder why the hell men won't open up to them. They wonder why men won't talk to them the way that their girlfriends do. Let me explain exactly why men don't open up to women. Actually, this article is directly related to what we're seeing, right? Because, again, the idea behind the Gillette ad is that men are defective women. Men need to be more like women in order to be successful, in order to be approved of by society. And it's totally wrong and is destructive to men. So, again, this is not the way. Men and women are different. First of all, despite what womanism teaches, men and women are different. Men are more analytical and women are more emotional. This means that opening up is a feminine thing to do, whereas analysis and critical reasoning are masculine. As a result of this inherent difference, men are much less likely to open up emotionally. Women despise weakness. Many men do not open up because women despise weakness. If a man opens his emotional floodgates, the woman sees that he's not an unbreakable superhero and leaves him for a man who appears to her to be. Men learn from this and avoid at all costs opening themselves up emotionally. It's hard to be a protector when you're emotionally vulnerable. The lies of pop culture, and again, this Gillette ad is a perfect example of the lies of pop culture. Pop culture lies to both men and women, telling them that relationships are all about communication. This is false, and any man who believes it is doomed to a life of misery. And I was actually talking about this when I was reacting to Hassan's video. Just look up the video a few days ago about this Hassan thing. The true key to a relationship is the maintenance of a masculine and feminine polarity between the sexes. You cannot have polarity when both the man and women are emotionally vulnerable. Women don't want to sleep with women. They want to sleep with men. Ultimately, the reason men don't open up to women is because women are aroused by men and not women, at least if they're, if they're straight. This means that a woman wants a man with masculine energy and not feminine energy. Men who open up show themselves to be feminine and are promptly rejected. That's why. Okay, back to this commercial here.
It's not how we treat each other, okay? Okay.
So you see, like, the guy, what he's doing is he's encouraging men to be more like women. Don't fight, don't struggle, don't become strong. And this happens in schools, actually, that exact thing that you saw there.
Because the boys watching today will be the men of tomorrow.
Well, that's exactly right, right? The boys watching today will be the men of tomorrow. And if you don't teach them properly, if you don't encourage them to develop properly into men, if you tell them that they're defective women and they develop in a feminine way, your society crumbles by extension. So you're actually destroying society by doing this. And that's the thing, right? That's the thing. The best a man can get. It's only by challenging ourselves to do more. And the implication here, though it's not said, is it's by challenging ourselves to do more for women. It's not said, but it's implied. And that's the idea. The idea is, in 2022, but this is in 2019 when the commercial came out, the idea is this: masculinity is defined by what men can do for women, by what men can do to benefit women. So that is the modern cultural trend in 2022. The idea is masculinity is not masculine. You are not masculine unless you are a useful idiot for women. And that is absolutely egregious, and it is the reason, one of the reasons why our society is failing. And by the way, guys, you want to hear what happened to Gillette after this? After they made this self-hating male ad, they lost $8 billion with a B dollars. The stock price went down because men stopped buying Gillette. And in fact, many men, because of this commercial, they boycott Gillette. So look at what happened. Look at what happened between 1989 and now. Look at how the cultural trend shifted. It went from men uplifting positive messages, men being strong, men working together, men fighting, men succeeding. It went from that and being physically fit and attractive and successful with women. It went from that to this. Not one strong man in the entire commercial. It's all about women. It's all about men being bad, etc. That perfectly describes 2022 culture. All right. Let's go to our fake Tinder profile here. So again, this is not a real person. You can just Google these fake profiles here. And again, the reason I show you these fake profiles is because there's a lot to learn even from the fake ones. Okay, so this is a girl. She's 29. She's a physiotherapist. That's a red flag, by the way. She's 29. Keep that in mind. Look at her bio. Okay, it says, deal breaker. Will my dog like you though? So, and guys, this might not seem like it's a red flag, but for many women, what they do is they get past the wall. So they get past the age of, let's say, 26 to 28. Sometimes it's older, sometimes it's younger. It depends on the girl. When they realize they can't get the guys they used to, right? The alpha males. And so they realize they can't have children with those guys. And so instead of having children with those guys, what they do is they buy a dog or a cat, and they treat that like their child. And the idea is when you start to date these girls, they judge you based on how the animal likes you or not. Like a single mother introducing you to a child. And if the animal doesn't like you, then she doesn't like you, right? Again, in such a relationship, the guy is underneath an animal in importance in the girl's eyes. Do you want to be that guy? Of course you don't. And that's why I recommend that you don't date women like this. And especially not if they have attack dogs. That's very dangerous. All right, so that's the idea there. Okay, let's watch one of these compilations here for a bit to add a bit more time, and then we'll go on to our article, okay? All right.
Fifth, right? By the red line?
Bro.
This your car?
Never.
This your car right here?
Never.
Oh, hell no! What? What the f this did to my car? What the f?
Oh no.
Oh, hell no! What? What the f you mean what? What? Oh, hell no. Bro, look at my Look! Damn! Damn! Who you let drive your car, huh? She this up. Oh, hell no. Hello?
Oh my god! So he let his girl drive his car and she crashed it and now it's totaled.
What the fuck happened to my car? What the f you mean you parked the bitch? What the f you was playing destruction derby? Look at my That's crazy. Look at my what the f? That's crazy.
This must be satirical.
Calm down. What the f, man? Calm down. What the f?
And now he's got to pay to repair his own car, right? Oh my god.
Telling me that all I have to do is put my hands up like this and bounce, and that's how I get 100,000 likes?
Wow. So again, it's just girls on social media doing whatever they can for attention, right? And then they're surprised when men don't commit to them, right? They're surprised when men don't want them for serious relationships. But imagine a guy can go to your TikTok account and find like 100 videos like this, and like, what more needs to be said? You're basically selling your body for attention. Why would a guy ever take you seriously after that? He wouldn't, right? So again, don't be surprised if you're selling yourself for attention when you get, you get treated like you're for the streets, right? It shouldn't be a surprise to you when this happens. All right, let's continue.
I'm single, so if you see me out with someone, and then you see me out with someone else, go ahead, text me, and tell me which one's cuter.
She belongs to the streets, as they say. So again, and this is what happens, right? So the girls are like saying it's roster season, it's hot girl summer, it's I'm gonna date 6 guys at once, you know? Like, no guy wants to be the guy that's with the town bicycle. No guy wants to be with the guy that, no guy wants to be with the girl that every other guy has had, right? So, like, again, how can you possibly believe, like, have these belief sets and then expect to get married and have children later in your life? You won't be able to. You'll be able to get a useful idiot, I guess, but that's it. Like, your life is over if you believe stuff like this. And if you act like this.
Story time, and I need everybody, male and female, to listen to my story.
Of course.
So last night I went to dinner with one of my best friends. When we got to the restaurant, when we were walking in, I saw this really, really hot guy. He kept looking at me, I kept looking at him. He was sitting on the porch deck of the restaurant and we were sitting inside. And in order for me to go out and talk to him, my waiter said I had to wear a mask. So I wrote my name and phone number on a sticky note and I said, do what you want with this. And then I handed it to my waiter. I explained where he was and I said, I need you to go give this to him. So my waiter goes and gives it to him. We get our dinner, we eat dessert, we do all of that. It's time for our check. We ask for boxes and the guy gives us our check and he goes, just so you know, the guy you gave your phone number to just paid for your meal. I said, what? So when we left the restaurant, he was still sitting on the porch deck of the restaurant. So I went over and I said, thank you. And he's taking me on a date next Friday.
Wow. And then these girls are so, they complain about dating. They say, dating is so hard. Why can't I find a good man? When literally this is how, like this is what girls that are pretty get, right? And she could so easily, right, get into a relationship with this guy, get married, have children. But no, what she's going to do is she's going to use this guy for all of the attention, validation, resources she possibly can. And then she's going to move on to the next guy and the next guy and the next guy and end up alone with cats and boxed wine. And then make more TikToks saying, where have all the good men gone? All right. Let's go on to the article. 12 signs your date is against women because you're not like most girls is not a compliment. They act surprised when you defy stereotypes. A guy I was dating once asked me how I pictured my wedding when I was little. When I told him I had given literally no thought to tablecloths, centerpieces, or bridesmaid dresses, he responded, "Really? I thought girls dreamed about that stuff." It became clear to me that he had a different idea of what being a girl meant than I did. In another conversation, he confided that he had problems in his last relationship because he had a higher bedroom fun drive than his partner. When I told him I'd been in this position as well, he repeatedly asked me if I misspoke and meant that I'd been in her position. His inability to see past stereotypes was creating a communication barrier between us. Assumptions of any sort prevent people from getting to know who you actually are. So, again, when she said she had a higher bedroom fun drive than a partner, what does that actually mean? It means that she got together with a beta male and she wasn't attracted to him, so she didn't want to have bedroom fun. Or she wanted to have bedroom fun with other men, right? It's like ridiculous. Or she got together with a guy that was so much more attractive than her that he wasn't interested in her that much, and so he didn't really want to be with her, and she was just, girl number 25. All right. They praise women or insult men based on stereotypes. It may seem nice for a guy to say that he respects women because of their moral superiority, but as the Dalai Lama's recent comments demonstrated, they can be linked to less benevolent statements. If a man believes that men are aggressive or unable to control their urges, there's a good chance he considers himself in that category and views that behavior as excusable. Again, this is just gobbledygook. We're going to skip over it. They compliment you by contrasting you with other women. Compliments like, "You're not like most girls," or "You're not the typical girl," aren't really compliments. There's a slight chance that it could just mean you're a character that they've never met anyone like you. But if they view being unlike most girls as a compliment, they probably don't have a high opinion of most girls. Let me give you a little tidbit. A girl who wrote this article. Most women in 2022, or not most, but many, too many, do absolutely the wrong things and destroy their own relationships. So when he tells you that you're not like most girls, it's actually really good for you. So again, you're just looking for any excuse. Why you don't want to like the guy, basically. They act entitled to women. I once met a guy on OkCupid who went on a rant on a second date about how women on the site weren't responding to his messages. This was unjust, he said. I was particularly shocked because I too get frustrated by lack of responses, but I never thought to turn that frustration back on the people who decided not to message me of their own free will, even though many girls do that and put it on their TikTok. This sense of entitlement is often a sign of nice guy syndrome. A man's belief that women owe him something in exchange for his supposed kindness. Someone who feels it's unjust for women to say no may not respect you when you say no to something they want. Yeah, and it's really funny when the girl says that she didn't get responses back on her online dating. Yeah, what that means is that she's punching above her weight class. Okay, anyway, we're going to end the video there. So, if you're new to the channel, liking the content, please give me a sub, hit all for notifications. If you agree or disagree with my points, give me a comment. That's what the comment section is for. If you'd like to support me, I would really appreciate it. I have exclusive content on Patreon. It's patreon.com/theheliosblog. Again, guys, thank you so much for listening, especially if you took the time to get to the end of the video. You are amazing, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Please remember to do all of the following. Like the video for the algorithm. Comment on the video. I respond to all comments and I'll give you a heart. Subscribe and hit the bell so you can see my content on your feed. Check out all of my content on other platforms. It spreads the reach of the channel. YouTube, bit.ly/Helios YouTube. Rumble, bit.ly/Helios Rumble. My blog is realheliosblog.com. My podcast, bit.ly/Helios Podcast. My Patreon, patreon.com/theheliosblog. You can also support the show at bit.ly/Helios donations and buy my books at bit.ly/Helios books. Thank you so much for all of your support.